let's put the mac and cheese on the stove and get this play date started.
I know sequels are rarely as good as the original, but hey, this is Kindergarten in Kemah 2, and every class seems to have a bully. In Kemah, he's named Matt Wiggins.
But the whole thing's pretty cheesy, you know, it's not professional.
That was Kemah businessman John Bowen last March, after Wiggins first used the letterhead of WCID 12 to launch attacks on his arch political nemesis, former Mayor Carl Joyner.
You know, it's somebody trying to bully their way around a lot of times.
Wiggins also said nasty things about me, but hey, what's new? The next month, he did it all again. Now, for the third time this year, Wiggins made sure that government water bills included another political attack. Quoting, "Carl, the courthouse is located at 659th Street in Galveston. See you there." There's no evidence Wiggins sought or got approval from the elected board of directors for a court fight. We already know they didn't okay his letter-writing campaign. On social media, Dr. Phil Head called the letter-writing campaign childish. Quoting, "I believe you should reimburse the WCID for the expenditures to print and distribute these materials." Dr. Head, we've calculated that Matt Wiggins has misused more than $7,200. Where's the DA?
Things can spiral out of control very quickly in kindergarten.
Luckily, most folks in Kemah seem to be grown-ups who care a lot more that their water bills spiraled out of control ever since Matt Wiggins was put in charge. Quoting, "My husband and I were also shocked at our water bill this month. Please excuse me, but we're being raped. I paid more this year than ever. Can't wait for the elections." But then Carl Joyner dared to complain about his high water bill. Oh boy, Wiggins went straight to social media to expose some of Joyner's personal water bills, just like he seemed to count his toilets a few months ago. Don't ask me, but look at the headlines. "Carl lies on water bills," the headline blares.
You're a mess, man.
The Joyners wouldn't talk to us on camera, but they did show us some of their bills that were huge. All right, let's put all this kindergarten stuff aside. Here's the problem. What if you made the president of the WCID 12 mad? Would he post your utility bills? What if you were late on a payment? Oh my gosh. Matt Wiggins wasn't elected by anyone. Mayor Terry Gale made sure he was put on the water board, and suddenly he's president. She's refused to talk to us. She calls me a thug. How mayoral?
Okay, guys, you're in for an awesome surprise. Come on.
Let's call it the October surprise at the Water Department board meeting.
Our first and only agenda item today is to consider a refund to district customers.
Some people have gotten some surprises because the meters are reading low.
So guess what? After all the complaints, a one-time refund on water bills of $50 from the WCID board.
Based on the COVID-19 and billing surprises and the general economic distress.
Wiggins gave the credit for the idea to Doug Meisinger, who just happens to be running for city council in November against, wait for it, Carl Joyner. Meisinger doesn't own any property in Kemah. He rents an apartment in this storage facility, but he's a big shot in town, the president of the KCDC. He's also on the water board. He's tight with the mayor, too. On the morning of her latest domestic violence incident with her husband, the mayor talked or texted to Meisinger more than 20 times.
Galveston County Water Control Improvement District number 12.
More than a year ago, we saw Meisinger at the meeting where Matt Wiggins got everyone to vote for new fire fees that turned out to be wrong. Emails show Meisinger said nothing when Wiggins used government printing and postage to start sending out all those political love letters to Carl Joyner. Their text messages, though, they're a tad steamy. Wiggins wants to keep the sex doctor happy. Meisinger responds, "You're too good to me." There's that face with the hard eyes.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good job.
Another WCID board member, Paul Boswell, had called Wiggins a high school bully, his mail-out ridiculous, petty. He was clearly done and soon resigned.
Oh my God, and don't get me started on these little brats.
It's been 8 months since Wiggins called for an audit of his own properties. Wonder why Mr. Meisinger hasn't asked for the results. Maybe he doesn't want to say anything mean to his landlord. That's right. Meisinger's media company is housed in one of Matt Wiggins' properties. We don't know if he pays any rent, but someone should ask. We also discovered that Lakeview Bend Lane is a hotbed for whatever support Meisinger has in the council race. And they clearly don't like me. They call me Falsafino. They even tried to arrest me.
Those kids are insane.
Ooh, that stings.
This filming stuff is going to be a big problem for you.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, you've officially scared me. Speaking of being scared, it's almost Halloween in Kemah. And I've heard there's a big party on Lakeview Bend Lane at Daniel Conrad's house. Full-size candy bars and Jell-O shots for the adults. Oh, they tell me I can't come.